A man becomes wise when he learns to filter the signal from the noise and the truth from the lies to find the diamonds in the dirt. My friends, that's what we're looking for, the diamonds in the dirt. We're filtering the signal from the noise. And the real signal is which way price is moving. Is it up or down? Sometimes it's sideways, but primarily it's a binary decision, up or down. Let's jump into these charts. We see a bit of a mixed bag today. The S&P 500 up a little bit, NASDAQ 100 down a little bit, bonds up, gold up, Bitcoin down. Let's jump into the S&P first. We can see where we had things pop up back there on Monday. We saw things pop up strong in the morning, a little further up in the afternoon on Tuesday. Some movement died down a little bit, then dropped down on Wednesday morning and popped up in the afternoon to end the day up 0.04%. So we'll see where things are still going. We're green on the STC. We're above the 200 EMA. We look at where we are on the 2-day. We can see where things flew up and then sideways, and this latest 2-day candle, which again started drawing on Tuesday, ended on Wednesday. It, again, just like the prior when we saw where the wick on the top went up into the 200 EMA, the candlestick itself is a little bigger, but we still haven't penetrated it yet. We're going to see if we're going to push through that or bounce off. We're green on the STC. It's still moving up on that 2-day chart. We look at the weekly, and of course on the S&P 500, we are above the 200 EMA on the weekly, green on the STC, going to the third green candle, reaching a little bit of a higher high, and we'll see how high it will go. That's where we are on the S&P. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ 100. It ended up at the end of the day down 0.22%. Very similar pattern above the 200 EMA. Popped up strong on Monday, sideways some on Tuesday, down Wednesday morning, and then ambivalent in the afternoon. We can see a wick on the top and the bottom, a green spinning top. Of course, that means indecision. It ended up down a little bit. We're still green on the STC. That did not reset for us. We look at where we are on the 2-day. It is below the 200 EMA. Of course, several up candles. Just now starting to move out of that center zone on the STC. And on the weekly, we are pushing through this week the 200 EMA after things had climbed through it, then back down, and now back up again. So it's about 3 weeks up through, 3 weeks down, and now 3 weeks heading up. It sort of settled out on a couple of these candles and then moved in varying directions. So we'll continue to wait, watch, and see how the NASDAQ 100 sorts itself out. Now, let's go to bonds. Where are we there? Up 0.24%. Bonds above the 200 EMA just now going green on the STC. That happened in the morning. That's a good sign. We're above the 200 EMA. We can see where things peaked up in the, well, it went green, nice green up candle in the afternoon on Tuesday, popping up Wednesday morning, settling out some in the afternoon, still up 0.24%. Hope you were watching that. Where are we on the 2-day? It's green below the 200 EMA, and we can see that sideways slide on this 4 days since things last popped up to the most recent high back on Wednesday the 18th. What about the weekly? Again, on both the 2-day and the weekly on bonds, we are well below the 200 EMA. But again, going into another week of some up movement, not reaching the high of last week. Small green candle, green on the STC. So we'll see how things continue to go. That was a potential trigger pull for you when things pushed through. So that was in the morning on Wednesday. We'll see how that continues to go. Like we set up for the day, 0.24%. Move on to gold. I tell you, gold just keeps a-going, doesn't it? Up 0.46%. Not much going on in the morning. Green spinning top, but pushed up in the afternoon on that half-day chart. Green heading up on the STC well above the 200 EMA. Of course, where are we on the 2-day chart? Again, just a chugging along, heading up, just spiking. Gold just continues to move up. After gold was so lethargic, it just took off, didn't it, back in early November? And of course, green on the STC, that's just flatlined. We look at where we are on the weekly, and that's where you can really see where things took off. We talked about this yesterday, went from red to green, green up candle. At the same time, it went from red to green. It also, nice, strong green up candle, no wick on the bottom, long wick on the top, push through the 200 EMA, and really hasn't looked back since then. Boom, up 0.46% for the day. Lastly, take a look at Bitcoin, down 0.55%. Now again, we can see where up a little in the morning, blowing off steam in the afternoon on this half-day chart after Bitcoin had climbed incessantly for many days, but for this one bit of a pullback in the afternoon on Wednesday, the 18th. We look at where we are on the 2-day chart, and you can, of course, see those ever-lengthening candles getting strong until this latest one. Don't have that high wick on top. That can change for the end of the week. Green on the STC. We look at where we are on the weekly, and, of course, going into the third week of some up movement. Green on the STC. We'll see where this leads us. We can see where things are with this green dotted line. If you look closely at the screen, I'm covering it up here with the black dotted line. I'll move it up. If you'll look down right in here, you'll see where the top of the candle is. And of course, it goes over to this high area right over here in July on into August, early August. Now, is it going to clear through that, or is that going to end up being some type of ceiling where Bitcoin's going to slow down, pull back, consolidate some of those gains, some profit taking, and then move up again? Don't know. We shall wait. We shall watch. We shall see. It'd be nice to have a reset so we could look at the potential of having our STC reset so we could feel good about jumping into any potential up moves. That's where we are. Hope that you are practice trading as much as possible using what you're learning here on your favorite stocks and ETFs. Lots of good training. We always love to hear from you as to what we do and all the special things we have for our Patreon members. Easy to find out. Just go to our Patreon page, Charting Wealth. We appreciate all of the support that we receive there. The things you support tend to stay around. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.